Why save forests? We have long taken our forests for granted, assuming they are inexhaustible in their capacity to regulate climate, harbor biodiversity, provide clean water, replenish aquifers, mitigate natural hazards, and cradle indigenous cultures. We were wrong, and relenting population growth, consumption, and deforestation have severely hindered their ability to sustain human populations and biodiversity at the local, regional, and global scale. Now is the time to save forests. Forests protect biodiversity. Forests are some of the most diverse ecosystems on our planet. Here, you'll find the vast majority of the world's terrestrial species. Among forests, the tropics have the greatest biodiversity on the planet. In fact, while tropical forests comprise only 6% of the world's surface area, they contain 1/2 to 3/4 of the Earth's species of plants and animals. Forests sustain human health. Connections between forests, human health, and biodiversity are well established. Point 1. These connections include ecosystem services that are essential to human survival. Healthy forests with extensive root systems absorb water and bind the soil of sloping land to reduce flooding and prevent catastrophic landslides. Moreover, plant biomass reduces evaporation, while aquatic plants filter and purify water. Forests regulate climate in terms of climate change mitigation. Planting tropical moist forests soaks up an average of about 26 tons of carbon dioxide per hectare per year for at least 20 years. Large-scale tropical reforestation could make a huge dent in carbon emissions. Theoretically, we could offset about 1/3 of global emissions from all sources by planting trees. Very roughly, help us plant a hectare of trees, and you will offset your carbon emissions for 20 years and indeed likely much longer. A hectare is a little over 2 acres, or about the size of 2 American football fields. Help save the world's greatest forests. Saving nature works to save the world's greatest forests for biodiversity and to fight climate change. Tree planting has mind-blowing potential to tackle climate crisis. Research shows 1 trillion trees could be planted to capture huge amount of carbon dioxide. Planting billions of trees across the world is one of the biggest and cheapest ways of taking CO2 out of the atmosphere to tackle the climate crisis. According to scientists, who have made the first calculation of how many more trees could be planted without encroaching on cropland or urban areas. As trees grow, they absorb and store the carbon dioxide emissions that are driving global heating. New research estimates that a worldwide planting program could remove just under 1/3 of all the emissions from human activities that remain in the atmosphere today. A figure the scientists describe as mind-blowing. The analysis found there are 1.7 billion hectares of treeless land on which 1.228 of tree saplings would naturally grow. That area is about 11% of all land and equivalent to the size of the US and China combined. Tropical areas could have 100% recover, while others would be more sparsely covered, meaning that on average about half the area would be under tree canopy.